hurt, anger, shame, guilt, depression, anxiety. Navigating the landscape of emotions is challenging and painful. Learning to manage our emotions and take emotional responsibility is one of the key elements of having satisfying and enjoyable relationships. Hi everyone, I'm Tom. I'm a CBT therapist. Welcome to Surviving Tinder. I found out about CBT when I was 30 years old. I wish I discovered it when I was 16. My dating life would have been a very different experience. Cognitive behavioural therapy is one of the most effective approaches to dealing with emotional issues. Best thing about this? Understanding that we are responsible for our own emotions gives us the freedom to do something about it. Many people go through their whole life without realizing they can change their emotional response. We tend to assume our feelings are caused by the external circumstances around us. In psychology terms, we call this the reactive mindset. For example, we may say, "They made me feel this way," or "You made me feel this way. I'm upset because of this." Now, ancient wisdom from Greek and Eastern philosophy, along with modern-day psychology research, teaches us that each of us are responsible for our own emotions and thoughts. It's our thinking which creates much of our emotional reactions. So today, I'm going to give you the 5 CBT tips that can help you deal with the challenges of dating. Number 1, self-damning. Sometimes when something goes wrong in our relationship, it's easy to blame ourselves. We tend to criticize ourselves by saying things like, "I'm useless," "I'm ugly," "I'm no good." When we believe our negative self-judgments, it's easy to feel depressed. In truth, our negative self-judgments aren't true. It's our negative self-judgments which cause our emotional suffering. Now, if you look closely, you can find plenty of evidence that proves your negative self-judgments about yourself are not true. Number 2, seeing the negative. Now, when we face challenges and obstacles, we can sometimes only see the negative side of things. If we go through a painful breakup, it's easy to just think, "I would be happier with them. It's awful that you've broken up with me." However, there is a flip side to every situation. And when we look, we can see the positive elements as well. For example, you now have more time on your own. Other benefits are you get to meet someone who is a better fit for you. In society, culture, and movies, those positive statements always come from your friends, your parents, or the pop rock breakup ballads. CBT is about building the habit to internalize that so you have access on demand when you need it. Number 3, catastrophizing. Ever heard of the phrase making a mountain out of a molehill? All of us do this from time to time. We turn a bad thing into a terrible thing. We might say something like, "This is awful. This is the end of the world. It's a disaster." When we have issues with our partners, it's easy to exaggerate how bad something is. But if we were to look back at something in maybe 5 years' time, the chances are it would not be such a bad thing. Learning to be realistic about just how bad something is at the heart of CBT. Good questions to ask yourself are, is this really the worst possible thing? On a scale of 0 to 10, how bad is this? Learning to ask these questions can help you to get more realistic just how bad or awful something really is. Number 4, rigid thinking. When we have rigid thinking, we use words like "I should," "I must," "I have to." Imagine you have the thought, "I have to get a girlfriend," and you currently can't find one. You're going to be feeling pretty stressed. Imagine you believe the thought, "I need to have more matches online," and you don't get them. Again, you're going to feel really stressed. Wherever you are feeling a strong emotion, I can guarantee there is a rigid belief attached to it. So what's the secret? What can you do about these unhelpful thoughts? Well, you can learn to question your thinking. We all have to deal with the negative thoughts, but learning to question whether your belief is totally true is the secret to breaking the chain. Just as we have had to adapt to the new skill of spotting fake news on our Facebook feeds, perhaps that is a good analogy for what is going on inside our heads sometimes. So here's a little practical for you. Write on a piece of paper all the stressful negative thoughts you have about dating. Then write about the most stressful 3 beliefs you have about dating. Then write down all the evidence you have that proves you are wrong. This is a simple way of creating more balanced ways of thinking and a skill that you can slowly learn, and the more you practice, the better you get. For more therapy techniques, live workshops, and videos covering the latest therapy tools and wisdom to help you face and overcome the challenges of dating, check out our Surviving Tinder courses. Alternatively, if you want to see the next episode of Surviving Tinder, you can click here.